Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. In our gospel reading today, it is worth noting how Jesus responds to these two encounters. His encounter with this woman and his encounter with Simon the Pharisee. It tells us a lot about Jesus and a lot about what he wants every one of us to be. First, Jesus saw this woman as no other man did. Jesus saw her as a daughter. His relationship with her was pure. Somehow, this woman could sense the genuineness of Jesus, which was in contrast to how other men in town had seen her. To others, she was uninvited. She was unescorted and unwanted. She comes over to where Jesus was reclining at the dining table, and she began to weep at his feet, and in effect began to wash them. Her life had been centered around love of the wrong kind. But now, with a changed heart, she responded with a pure humility. The reminder to us is that Jesus sees us not as others do, but as one of his children. This woman was filled with repentance, was filled with true gratitude and worship. By contrast, Simon's motivation was born out of social correctness. Because of his resistance to Jesus, he was not a good host. During the time of Jesus, there were certain things that were expected of a host: greeting guests with a kiss, offering a basin of water to wash up, and a towel to dry off. But he did none of them. Because of her self-perceived unworthiness, this woman anointed Jesus' feet instead of his head, which is the normal place to anoint. Her tears are indicative of her emotion, and Jesus was drawn to not be offended by her emotion because he was concerned about her condition. My dear friends, this is a reminder to us that through repentance, no matter how far we have fallen, we can be saved. Jesus wants our devotion and surrender, not correctness. We've heard in yesterday's gospel reading that the Pharisees and scribes would murmur to themselves, "This man welcomes sinners and eats with them." Now Jesus, on the other hand, did not focus on the woman's past, but looked at her potential. He sees us all that way. We should derive confidence from what this says about Jesus' view of all of us, that no matter how much we messed up in the past, he always is here willing to embrace us back. And this should also be a warning for us against judging others, as this woman was by Simon, the Pharisees, and the others. And so, let us always pray to God to help us look beyond, to move our faith from that which was flaunted by Simon the Pharisee to that which was exhibited by this woman. Let us ask him to help us to be converted from the proper and correct to true devotion and surrender.